morning. Good afternoon. Maybe it's good evening. Hello, everybody. Are we live right now? We are live. Wonderful. Good to be here. Hello, hello, hello. If you're here, let me know that you can hear me, please. Just want to make sure all my links are working. Hello, Lavina. Welcome back. How are you today? Just need to set up one last thing here. Perfect. I found myself on my phone. It is live. I just want to get this blocker thing set up so my B's and P's aren't going to destroy your speakers. Let's see, how's that? Make it a little tighter. Oh, it's not so tight. It's not the greatest. It'll do for now. Yes. That's better, I think. So, who's here? Say hello. The background is gorgeous, isn't it? Have a look. It's hard for me to see exactly what you can see. Yeah, so let me see if I can do that. You can see back there how beautiful it is. It's a wall hanging. So that's called a wall hanging. Hanging. And yeah, I bought that off Etsy, which is an online shop, I guess. And it is absolutely gorgeous. So let me just post this to the Instagram so people know what's going on. And I can be like, go check it out, check it out, check it out. So a bit of advertising, one moment. And then we will start talking about phrasal verbs. What's up, guys? Go to YouTube because I'm about to teach 5 phrasal verbs on YouTube live. Make sure you check it out. The link is in the bio right now. What's up, guys? Go to YouTube live. Link in bio. Make sure you check it out. The link is in the bio right now. What's up, guys? Go to YouTube because I'm about to teach 5 phrasal verbs on YouTube live. Make sure you check it out. The link is in the bio right now. What's up, guys? Go to YouTube because I'm about to teach 5 phrasal verbs on YouTube live. Good. So, welcome. Now we can get started. Thank you for joining me today. I just want to start off by saying it is a beautiful day here. It is an absolutely gorgeous day where I am. As you know, I live in Canada and it's summer and we have beautiful blue skies and it has been 35 degrees every day. So one thing I make sure to do every day when the sun is out, I make sure to go for a nice big swim in the lake. And I would swim usually about 2 or 3 kilometers, and that's my goal. And I would do a bit of other types of training, but I just love the long distance swimming in the lake. No swimming pool needed, no swimming pool necessary, not in the summer. I don't know why people are waiting for the swimming pools to reopen right now. It's 42 degrees in Sicily. Oh my God, Lavina. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Hello, Aidan. Glad to see you're here. 42 degrees in Sicily. Now tell me, Lavina, do you swim in the ocean because it's that hot? Do you jump in the ocean? Is the ocean like warm enough? I imagine it is. It's the Mediterranean. Where I live in Canada, the water is good for about another 4 weeks, and then it will be too cold to swim, I think. It's not common that we swim in September. In September, it's just too cold to swim in September. The temperature falls fast. It's crazy. Wow. Where I live in Canada, the water... Good, you can all hear me. Yeah, so good morning, Aidan. Welcome to the Phrasal Verbs 2 webinar.
And I don't swim in the ocean. Lavina, come on, why not? You must swim in the ocean. I grew up beside the ocean and I swam in it as much as possible. Even in the winter, I would swim in the ocean because, yes, it's cold, but when you swim in the cold, salty ocean and then you go into a bar and you sit by a fire, now that's what I'm talking about. Now, that's not in Canada, that's in Ireland. So, hello, Salma. Thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wonderful. Lots of people here. Good. Oh, you swim in the sea. Well, come on. That's the Mediterranean Sea is similar to the ocean, but a lot warmer. A lot warmer. I think the Mediterranean Sea is also more, what's it called? More salty. Saltier, for sure. Hello, Zaberka 1000. Thank you for joining. Amina's here. Good. We got a party going on now. We got lots of different countries represented here. I love it. It is so good. So good to see you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we got some random English to learn today. Definitely have some random things. I mean, sure, we're going to learn phrasal verbs. That's obviously a priority or one of the priorities. But as you can see here, we're going to be looking at like 5 phrasal verbs and lots of random English. And let me tell you right now, you're going to learn some weird phrases and some different expressions today because this is there's a real Ronan activity right now. Let's just say that. So, good job. Look at all these people. That's wonderful. Good. All right. So, to start off, obviously, I would just like to give a quick advertisement and a quick plug to some of the reasons why I'm doing. Actually, first of all, to start off, here's what you do need. You do need a pen and paper, and you do need some coffee, folks. So if you do not have coffee, if you do not have a pen and paper, go get them right now because I'm going to first talk about something that's important, and then I'm going to get into the English lesson. So one of the main reasons why I'm doing these online classes, these webinars, is because a lot of people around the world can't afford English lessons. A lot of people around the world are not able to attend English lessons. For example, I have a lot of Iranian followers on social media, and I know that there is embargoes, more or less, and how they can't pay online, for example. There's other countries where online is just not a thing in terms of payment. A lot of it might be cash. So that was one big inspiration for doing these free webinars online. Was a lot of people can't afford it, a lot of people can afford it, but they can't actually send money, and that means they're not going to be able to learn English, which is not good because knowledge is power, education is empowerment. Okay? Thanks for your lives. Good. Yeah, you're going to kill 2 birds at 1 stone, hopefully more. And so then I was thinking, let me do some free lessons, but let's do it for another cause as well. And that's where I came up with the idea of the webinar by donation. So by donation means you don't pay. By donation means that if you can pay, you give a little bit of money, but it's not mandatory by any means. And right now I'm trying to raise money for an organization called The Bridge Youth and Family Services. And that's what I'm working on right now. And I'm trying to raise $500. So far we have just over $155, so we're getting there. So I mean, like, what am I asking for? I'm asking that you share these videos. I'm asking that you send these videos to your friends. I'm asking that you, if you can, just give $1. Buy me a coffee. But don't buy me a coffee, buy The Bridge a coffee. And all the money is going to a youth recovery house. So a place for people under the age of 18, so children. A place for children to go to try and deal with substance abuse, to try and overcome substance abuse. Substance abuse could be drugs of any type. So just think about that for a moment. There's children who have substance abuse issues, who unfortunately are, for lack of a better word, maybe addicted. And yeah, we're just trying to build a youth recovery house. And so if we could raise $500, that'd be great. If you can, give $1. If you can't, that's fine. But do share and do tell someone. And most of all, just enjoy. So yeah, please share the video. If you can, that would be great. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Oh, I love your coffee. So, right now, we are going to have a look at these questions here. Find the phrasal verb. Now, I know there's a bit of a lag on the broadcast and what I'm saying, so I'm just going to leave this up here for a moment. So, question 1, find the phrasal verb. Number 1, what do you do when you come down with a flu? Number 2, where is the worst place to break up with someone? Number 3, what do you like to do when you lay low for the weekend? Number 4, have you ever thrown up in public? And number 5, what's the most efficient way to keep children away? So, number 1, what do you do when you come down with the flu? What is the phrasal verb in this sentence? I'm just going to wait for some of y'all to possibly make a comment. Oops, there I am. Big old Ronan. I'm just changing my cameras. Give me one quick second. I'm back. There we go. So, what do you do when you come down with a flu? There's about a 20-second delay. Good. Lavina's in there. Come down. Good. Come down. So that is the first phrasal verb that we're going to have a look at today. Come down. And usually it's with the with the preposition come down with. To come down with. So what do you do when you come down with a flu? Salma, Resvin, Lavina. Good. Yeah, exactly. Come down with. What, like I came down with the flu, I came down with COVID, I came down with an illness. And it just means that you're a little bit sick. All right, where's the worst place to break up with someone? Can you identify the phrasal verb in this sentence here? Whoa, yeah, Salma's jumping in there, getting ahead of the game. Good job. So in this sentence here, where's the worst place to break up with someone? And of course, the answer for this one is, actually let me just pull on my pointer, or highlighter. Break up. So where is the worst place to break up with someone? I posted this one to my Instagram earlier, and I got, yeah, break up is a sad verb. It's sad, but sometimes it's necessary as well. And I got some really good answers about the worst place to break up with someone. Let me just read out some of the answers from my Instagram question earlier. The Instagram question, let me see, in front of others, TikTok, a romantic place, in the middle of nowhere. So, you know, there's lots of bad places to break up with someone. And I'll give my own examples later on. Good. All right, number 3. What do you like to do when you lay low for the weekend? What do you like to do when you lay low for the weekend? Can you think? What is the phrasal verb there? What do you like to do when you lay low for the weekend? Maybe because of COVID-19, we all need to lay low at the moment, you know. If you're not feeling well, you might lay low. If there's a big giant... lay low. I realized I just said... I basically said the answer there. So, whoops, wasn't paying attention. Yes, the answer is lay low. So, lay low is the phrasal verb in this example here. Lay low. Lay low. All right, good. Next one is, have you ever thrown up in public? Have you ever thrown up in public? So what is the phrasal verb in this one here? I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to be quiet and look at the comments and wait until someone answers me. So have you ever thrown up in public? Keep my lips shut. Bum, 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 bum. Where are the answers? Who's going to be in first? I'm waiting. Waiting. Who's going to be here first? And boom, Lavina's in there, followed quickly by Zabaka, 1000. Good job. Throw up. Throw up is the phrasal verb, to throw up. Good. Do you know what it means to throw up? Well, I'm going to explain it in a few minutes with my crazy examples. I'll give you some of my own real examples. Yes, to throw up is the verb, good, and then thrown up is the past participle. And the last one, what is the most efficient way to keep children away? What is the most efficient way to keep children away? So, what is the most efficient way? I nearly said it again. My God, I need to be careful. So, what is the most efficient way to keep children away? What's the phrasal verb there? Lavina, get angry. Interesting. Is that an answer to this question, Lavina, or for the last one? Because throw up has a lot of different meanings. And we can talk about the different meanings in a moment. But first, good, Zabaka's in there. Keep away. Good. Keep away. Good. So what is the most efficient way to keep children away? Efficient. Efficient is like well working. Efficient means it's working well and it always works. So what is the most efficient way to keep children away? Good. So here's all the different phrasal verbs. Come down with, break up, lay low, throw up, keep children away. So quite a few different ones there. And so now, of course, we move on to the listening part of this exercise. And I just need to change my camera and stuff like that because I'm in the way. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Hello. Let's go down, let's go down, let's go down. I'll put myself in the bottom corner again. Down here and kaboom. All right, there we go. So now that we are here, we have got to move on to the listening part of this. So you should have a pen and paper beside you. And of course, what you should do, similar to last week, would be to have this box here on your page. So if you can copy numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to paper, I'm going to read out some answers. A, B, C, D, and E. And your job will be to write the answers in these boxes here. So when I read A, you need to figure out which one is A for. Now, this is a listening exercise. So first, I read it myself. You listen. And then when we're finished, you have an opportunity to read. So I'll just give you a moment to copy down numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I will get started with the first one. All right. Salma's ready. I like it. Salma is ready. A. I generally find a good stick works well. Otherwise, I sometimes shower in whiskey and chain smoke so the kids generally stay away from me. It's a win-win situation. That's a crazy example. A. I generally find a good stick works well. Otherwise, I sometimes shower in whiskey and chain smoke, so the kids generally stay away from me. It's a win-win situation. So even if you don't understand everything I said, try to identify some key words. Like what people were mentioned in A. A. I generally find a good stick works well. Otherwise, I sometimes shower in whiskey and chain smoke, so the kids generally stay away from me. It's a win-win situation. Lavina coming in with number 5. Do you agree or disagree, folks? Because the answer is A5. Good job, Lavina. A5. Perfect. A5. Let me just get my pen. A. Good. There we go. So that's the first one. A5. B. Let me just write in here again. B. I usually go home, rest, sleep, drink lots of tea, maybe go to a sauna or steam room. But rest is super important. Rest and whiskey. Whiskey again. Classic Ronan. I usually go home, rest, sleep, drink lots of tea. Maybe go to a sauna or steam room. But rest is super important. Rest and whiskey. So this is B. I usually go home, rest, sleep, drink lots of tea, maybe go to a sauna or steam room, but rest is super important. Rest and whiskey. Let's have a look. Oh, we're getting some different answers. Good. So Zerbaka says B3. What do you do when you lay low for the weekend? Lavina's coming in with number 1. Lavina's changed her answer to number 3. Interesting. Was she influenced? Rezvan says number 3. Lavina, she confirms B3. Interesting. So I usually go home, rest, sleep, drink lots of tea, maybe go to a sauna or steam room, but rest is super important. Rest and whiskey. Interesting. So I believe all of you are choosing B3, but guess what? You're wrong. Oh my God, Lavina, you were correct with your very first answer, B1. B1. If you come down with the flu, you should go home. You should rest. You should sleep. You should maybe go to a sauna or steam room, if it's not a very bad flu. I'm talking this is not COVID, okay? This is just a regular cold or something. And yeah, rest is the most important thing. So the answer is actually B1. If you come down with a flu, you should rest, sleep, drink lots of tea. Lavina, yes, you had the answer. You should have trusted your answer. Trust your gut. And and of course, whiskey. Whiskey is obviously good, guys. I don't know about you, but in my country, we have a drink. It's called a hot whiskey, and you drink it when you have a cold or a flu, and it really helps you. It's whiskey with some other herbs and spices, and it's perfect. All right, good. So let's move on. So first of all, now let's just fill in the answers that we do have, which would be 1B, 5A. So this is now C. So let's listen up for C. Yes. One time when I ate something that disagreed with me. I was walking down the main street in the morning and I couldn't help it. I was pretty embarrassed. C. Yes. One time when I ate something that disagreed with me. When I was walking down the main street in the morning and couldn't help it. I was pretty embarrassed. C. Yes. One time when I ate something that disagreed with me. I was walking down the main street in the morning and couldn't help it. I was pretty embarrassed. So that's C. Yes, Rezvan, whiskey would be confusing. I guess I threw you off with the whiskey. Sorry. So what is C? It's not number 1 or it's not number 5. So it's number 2, 3, or 4. 2, 3, or 4. C4 from Zerbaka. Have you ever thrown up in public? What does Lavina think? Lavina's going with 4 as well. Good job, Salma. What are you thinking, Salma? And what about you, Rezvan? Any ideas? So the key words would be, I ate something that disagreed with me. And we'll have a look at the descriptions in a moment, or the words itself. But yes, the answer for this one is C4 or 4C, whichever you want. Good. You are on fire, folks. Throw up, C. Absolutely. Good job. All right, so that means throw up is to vomit. Yes, throw up is vomit. Exactly. Good job. So we have B. We have A. And now we have C. So there's only 2 left, and that's going to be D. All right, so let's get ready for D. D. I think on an airplane. I mean, you can't really go anywhere to get some space. That or at the grandmother's funeral. D. I think on an airplane. I mean, you can't really go anywhere to get some space. That or at their grandmother's funeral. D. I think on an airplane. I mean, you can't really go anywhere to get some space. That or at their grandmother's funeral. D. What do you think, guys? What do you think? D. Is it for number 2 or is it for number 3? 2 or 3. Maybe elimination. The process of elimination might be easier. Which one is it definitely not? Could make it easier to answer. So let's see who is going to be first in with this one. We have an answer. We have 2 answers. We've coming in with Lavina on fire. And she says D2. Do you all agree with her? Break up from Rezvan? Absolutely. You guys, you know what? You're all on fire. D. So that is it. Where's the worst place to bring? The worst place is a funeral. I know. Can you imagine the grandmother's funeral and you break up with someone? My God, that wouldn't be nice. That would be terrible. Absolutely terrible. But yes. Good. I think on an airplane would be bad too, but maybe at a funeral, you know, you can walk away. On an airplane, where can you go? You know, there's nowhere to run away to if you're on an airplane. All right, and the last one, E. So first of all, well, I wonder which one this is for. Where's my pen gone? There we go. So we have B, A, D. God, it's hard to write in these. This one is E. D3, yes. 4C. Good. Well, I wonder what the answer for E is, but let me read it out to you anyways. E. If I take it easy for the weekend, I generally watch a lot of Netflix, eat unhealthy food, sleep a lot, drink way too much coffee, and stay in my pajamas. If I take it easy for the weekend, I generally watch a lot of Netflix, eat unhealthy food, sleep a lot, and drink way too much coffee in my pajamas. And of course, Lavina, you entered the letter. Whoops-a-daisy, deleted it. Message retracted. I did not know you could do that. So if I take it easy for the weekend, I generally watch a lot of Netflix, eat unhealthy food, sleep a lot, and drink way too much coffee in my pajamas. And of course, guys, the answer by process of elimination is going to be number 3. So 3E. Okay? All right. So. Yeah, there you go. You got it. So that is the first listening exercise. Now, before we go on, just want to remind people this is all by donation. So if you can give $1 or anything like that, please do. It would be great. If you can't donate, please share. Please share this video on Instagram, social media, YouTube, anywhere. Tell your neighbor, tell your grandmother, tell everybody you know about these videos. Okay, so let's have a look at the answers. Okay. What do you do when you come down with the flu? Where's the worst place to break up with someone? I think I need to move my figurine. It'll do for now. It's all right. Actually, you know what? Let's move to the top corner. So I'm going to go up here and make myself nice and small. Look at me. Small man Ronan up in the top corner. Good. I would choose whiskey. Good job. All right, so here's what I wrote, guys, and let's have a quick look. And of course, we already know that the answers are these ones here. So these are all the different phrasal verbs, and these phrasal verbs are the ones that we can use to answer or to link up. Instead of saying, I usually go home, rest, drink lots of tea, maybe go to a sauna or a steam room, rest is super important, rest and whiskey. So to come down with should be highlighted there. Come down with is a phrasal verb. And to come down with means to get sick, essentially. You know, I came down with the flu, I came down with a cold, anything like that. To break up with someone. I think on an airplane, I mean, you can't really go anywhere to get some space. Get space, that's another expression right there. That or at the grandmother's funeral. You know, these are all bad places to break up with someone. And, you know, I think it was Lavina said that's a sad word. And I agreed, breakup is never going to be easy. It's never going to be fun. But as I said, sometimes it could be very necessary too. Okay? When we have a look at number 3, to lay low. Lay low. Well, if I take it easy for the weekend. So in this case here, I'm saying take it easy. Take it easy. And take it easy means to relax. And if I say I need to lay low, that means I'm not going to do a lot of different things. When we have throw up, as I think it was Lavina maybe, or someone else said, throw up is to vomit. Yes, to throw up is to vomit. And I remember like this story here, and that's a true one for me actually. I remember I was living in Dublin, I got some pizza, and the next morning at like 7 a.m. I was downtown Dublin and I threw up on the street, and people were looking at me and they must think that, man, that guy there has problems, because first thing in the morning throwing up on a main street, not good. And of course the last example was I generally find a good stick works well. So what is a stick? A stick is just like a long pole, maybe from a tree or something, and you know, if there's children nearby you can hit them. And then of course we'll go into the other details in a few moments, all right, about the shower in whiskey and a few other ones. So I'll have a look at those. So the meaning, okay, come down with means to get sick. To lay low is to hide or to rest at home. To break up is to end a relationship. To throw up is to vomit. And to keep away is to make something stay at a distance. So this is the most basic meaning for all of these ones here. These are the most basic meanings for all of these. Okay? So one thing I should have done, sorry. Do you have any questions about these? Are there any new words here? Like if I say to shower in whiskey, what does it mean to shower in whiskey? What is chain smoke? Any new words here? Alright, so I just left you a comment there. Any new words here? And if there's any new words, let me know and I'll explain it real quick. I'm going to highlight some of the words which I think are important that you could use again. You know, I like to teach English in a unique way. Let's see, let's go with blue. I like the color blue. So, for example, steam room, sauna, good. I think on an airplane you can't really go anywhere to get some space. There's a good phrase. Take it easy for the weekend. Drink way too much coffee, eat way too much ice cream, watch way too much television, way too much. That's a good one. One time when I ate something that disagreed with me, good. So if a food disagrees with you, it means, if a food disagrees with you, it makes you sick, you know? Like spicy food disagrees with me. I'm not a huge fan of spicy food. I'm Irish. We don't have spicy food in Ireland. So, I mean, you know, that's what that means. If something disagrees with you, or if you eat some food that makes you really sick, like maybe you eat some fish and then you get sick, you can say, well, the fish did not agree with me. All right. Where's the other one? I generally find a good stick works well. Otherwise, I sometimes shower in whiskey. And yeah, as you say, shower in whiskey is drink a lot of whiskey. What is chain smoke? And when I say shower in whiskey, I mean like, get the whiskey and pour it over me. It's an expression. I mean, in the morning, I need to shower in coffee. So, chain smoke is the same smoking one after another. Exactly. That's exactly what chain smoke is. Chain smoke is when you don't stop smoking. Okay? Drinking is forbidden in our country. That is... Well, I don't like anything being forbidden, but drinking is definitely overrated. I'm actually not a huge fan of drinking alcohol, would you believe? I know I say it a lot on my Instagram and everything, but I do not drink as much as I used to, by any means, which is good. I have cut back a lot. I've cut down on drinking. But yeah, so chain smoke is when you keep smoking again and again and again. Chain smoking, you smoke too much. I couldn't agree more, absolutely. And in some cultures, it's very popular to smoke again. Like you want to wake up, you have a cigarette. You have a shower, you have a cigarette. You go for a walk, you have a cigarette. You finish one cigarette and you start another cigarette immediately. That is chain smoke. Alright? Chain smoke. Good. So like here's all the extra vocabulary that you could use in other situations. Like sauna, steam room, get some space, take it easy, way too much, disagree with you, shower in coffee, shower in whiskey, chain smoke, and a win-win situation means that you can't lose. And I mean, in that situation, I'm talking about you can drink a lot of whiskey, smoke a lot of cigarettes, and children will stay away from you. And that's a great way. It's a win-win because I'm drinking whiskey and there's no kids around. So there you go. Some bizarre examples, some weird examples. So pronunciation. All right, so this is the part where I would love for you to speak to yourself. All right, pronunciation. Let's have a quick look. So, listen and repeat. I just want to let it catch up. Good. Excellent. Yes, excellent. So repeat after me. I feel like I'm coming down with something. I should rest. I feel like I'm coming down with something. I should rest. I feel like I'm coming down with something. I should rest. I came down with a flu last winter. It lasted about a week. I came down with a flu last winter. It lasted about a week. I came down with a flu last winter. It lasted about a week. Came down with. I came down with. And in the first example, I feel like I'm coming down with. So past came down. Coming is a present continuous. If you're not careful, you will come down with the flu. I came down with a flu last winter. It lasted about a week. I feel like I'm coming down with something. I should rest. She broke up with her boyfriend over text. Pretty rough. She broke up with her boyfriend over text. Pretty rough. Broke up. She broke up. She broke up. She broke up. Now, if you want to go slow, she broke up with her boyfriend over text. Pretty rough. That's how we say it slowly. But let's talk more naturally. Let's talk a little more fluently, shall we? She broke up with her boyfriend over text. Pretty rough. I don't say she. I say she. She broke up. She broke up. She broke up with her boyfriend over text. Pretty rough. I've never broken up with anyone. I have never broken up with anyone. I've never broken up with anyone. I have never broken up with anyone. I've never broken up with anyone. So in the first example, I have never. But in the second one, I've never. Over text. That's a text message like WhatsApp, or a message on Instagram, or a message on Facebook. So it's kind of like when I take out my phone and I text a friend or a girlfriend and I say, hey, yeah, guess what? I'm breaking up with you. We're single. Send. That's over text. Not good. And when I say pretty rough, that's if something is rough, it's kind of like, wow, I can't believe they did that. That's crazy. That's bad. I love to pronounce words. Awesome, Salma. I hope you enjoy. So I've never broken up with anyone. I've never broken up. Difficult, hard, tough. Exactly, Salma. Exactly. The sign says to keep away. 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 To. The sign says to keep away. Keep away. Keep away. The sign says to keep away. Away. See, I got the ah, pronounce that kind of heavy. The sign says to keep away. This winter, I'll keep the flu away by drinking whiskey. This winter, I'll keep the flu away by drinking whiskey. This winter, I will keep the flu away by drinking whiskey. No. This winter, I'll keep the flu away by drinking whiskey. So what you should do, you should go back and listen to the way I say these. Full screen. Eyes on me. So what you need to do is you need to go back and listen to all these different examples. You need to repeat the examples. Do it slowly and then do it quickly. Maybe make your own examples. It's almost like ASMR. Maybe that's my new niche online. All right, let's have a look at just a couple of other examples that I came up with. All right, very quickly, transition, there we go. Excellent. So here's just some other examples I was talking about, and here's some ones with keep away. And you know, keep children away, keep away children. You could say whichever one you want, you know. Way too much whiskey. I know, I can't remember when I made this PowerPoint, but lots of talk about whiskey. Lots and lots and lots of talk about whiskey. Exactly. So here's just some examples. I told my friends to keep away from the edge of the cliff. In this example here, to keep away from the edge of the cliff. The edge is like the end of the cliff, and the cliff is like a big mountain. So I'm like, hey, keep away from the edge. You might fall in. And that's never good, of course. You know, and then I feel sick. I think this weekend I'm going to lay low. During COVID-19, everybody is laying low. Everyone is staying at home. Everyone's just relaxing in their houses, doing their own thing, you know? Good. I need to keep away from chocolate. It's addictive. I need to keep away from bars, otherwise I'll spend all my money. I need to keep away from ice cream. I could eat all the ice cream in the world. Then we have broke up. And here's another example. The police arrived and broke up the fight. And that's just a different way. That's a different meaning for this phrasal verb. So as you know, every phrasal verb in the world has many different meanings. And so in this example here, I was all broken up by the ending of Game of Thrones, or the police arrived and broke up the fight. If they break up the fight, that means they stop the fight. There's a big fight in the street, the police arrive, they break it up. In school, the teacher might break up the fight between the students. And in the second example, I was all broken up. That means I was upset, I was sad. Why? Because Game of Thrones ended and it was a terrible ending, terrible season. If you're watching a movie and your favorite character dies, you're all broken up. And that means you're very sad. I need to keep away from junk food. Exactly, Lavina, but junk food is so good. Junk food is delicious. I love junk food. I can't get enough of junk food. But now that I'm swimming again, I'm kind of like, no, I'll just eat healthy for like the rest of the summer. In winter, I'll get fat. That's okay. But in summer, I'll like to be a little more healthy and do more exercise outdoors. So no junk food right now. And then, of course, in the last example there, we have come down with. So the entire family came down with. Came down with. The entire family. And chickenpox is that illness that you usually get as a kid. Well, I don't know about where you live, but in my country, you usually get chickenpox as a kid. I had it. Everyone in my family had it at some point or another. And yeah, that means the entire family came down with the chickenpox. The entire family came down with COVID, for example. So there's just some other examples. So how can you remember these words? You know, that's a big part of learning all these expressions. What's the best way to make sure that it actually stays in your head? Whoops. Good. And so that's what we're going to discuss now. And absolutely, like Lavina, you are right. Fast food is unhealthy. Whoa, that's not normal. Sorry about that, guys. Resume slideshow. Yes. What's going on? Bah! Yes. Oh, isn't that a beautiful picture? Give me a moment, guys. Technical difficulties. Oh God. Swap. Blah 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 blah. Other example of blah 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 blah. There we go. Back to where we were. Excuse me for those technical difficulties. Okay, so where was I? How to actually remember these words. Okay, so remembering all these phrasal verbs might not be the easiest thing to do. You really got to figure out the best way to remember it. And here's how we can remember it the most. I'm full of happiness. Yes, I know we only live once and I'm full of happiness with junk food. Okay, Rezvan, you're correct. So you can make your own sentences, make your own questions, think of other ways to say these words, write them on a piece of paper and eat the paper. You know, that might help if you write it, nom 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 nom, anything like that. Write a sentence and draw a picture about that sentence. So this is actually a really good way. When we have a look at my examples, like all these examples here, can you draw a picture for these examples? And I'm not joking. Get your pencil and just draw a quick picture of a person staying away from children because they're sick. Or maybe the police arrived and broke up the fight. Can you draw a picture? Drawing pictures is a great way to visualize it and to remember words. So yeah, I'm your teacher and I'm telling you, draw a picture of these sentences. Make a little storyboard and then talk about it. And you share the picture with another friend who's learning English. And you're like, hey, what do you see in the picture? And your friend looks at the picture that you drew and then they share their ideas. And that's a really good way, a fantastic way, guys, to do this, all right? So draw pictures. But yeah, overall, self-evaluation. But this is the one I really like, reflection and true learning. So this will help you learn the most, all right? You know, you got to figure out what new words did I learn today? Like, is chain smoking new? Or shower in coffee, shower in whiskey, chicken pox, anything like that. Is it a new word? If it is, you write it down and you write it in the part of speech. Noun, verb, adjective, phrasal verb, anything like that. And then you write the definition down as well. And with the definition, you maybe can make your own example. The next part that is very important is questions. Questions I have after watching this video. So what questions do you have? It could be about anything. It doesn't have to be related to the phrasal verbs. Chocolate is tasty, but chocolate is toxic if we give it to dogs. Salma, you're correct. So we better eat all the chocolate so a dog doesn't eat it. Good thinking. Very good thinking. Now I can eat all the chocolate and not feel guilty. So if you have any questions, write them down and send them to me. And last but not least, remember this is by donation. So if you can, give $1. If you can't, just give a share, give a like, or something like that. All right? Thank you for watching. Just give me 1 second. Where's my transition? Yes. All right, that's it for today. Thank you, one and all, for being here. Thank you for joining me on today's live. My name is Ronan. This is English on the Road, as you know. I'll be doing this again next week. Yes, I believe I'll be here next week. And yeah, please give me a like. Please give me a share. Anything like that. And if you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up here. I look forward to seeing you again soon. And thank you all for being here. Have a good one.